Hey guys, hope you're doing well. This is Jason from Dream Canada, and today I'm going to tell you if it's actually possible to get a job in Canada from your home country, and if so, how you can go about in doing it and how you can actually go about in getting an interview, along with 15 simple tips that'll help you get a job in Canada really quickly, along with the Canada resume format and a few online interview tips as well. If you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe. I keep uploading videos on Canadian immigration processes, and I make it a point to try and answer each of your queries in the comment section below and also on my social handles on Instagram and Twitter. So if you do have any doubts on Canadian immigration, do remember to comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So without wasting any time, let's move on to how you can actually get a job in Canada. The first tip is to increase your networking and references in Canada, even from your home country. I cannot emphasize how important networking is for getting a job in Canada, be it through online platforms like LinkedIn or even through family members or friends in Canada. As a reference, around 80% of jobs in Canada are acquired through networking and building your contacts and connections. Also, make sure that your networking is not restricted to only the field that you're in. It should be a constant ongoing process even after getting a job in Canada. Let's say you're from the analytics team. You should build contacts and networking with professionals from all relevant fields like marketing, operations, data mining, etc. Because you never know when there'll be an opening in their department that you'll probably need at the time, and you can even piggyback on their networking and connections if they have any references for a position relevant to your title. A lot of you may be wondering if Canadian experience is really necessary, and does that actually play a huge part in your hiring process? Let me assure you that Canadian experience, although helpful, isn't necessary at all to get a job in Canada. You can definitely be hired based on your soft skills and your previous work experience from your home country, and most Canadian employers want to give newcomers a fair chance. However, it's very important that you understand the Canadian know-how and terminologies used in Canada and not your home country, and adapt yourself and your soft skills and technical know-how based on Canadian requirements. In fact, in many cases, you can compensate not having Canadian experience with upskilling yourself. And if you spend the time to build your skills and technical abilities or certifications, you'll be offered positions that aren't even offered to candidates with Canadian experience. Another thing I would strongly recommend if you're coming to Canada for the first time, you should be prepared to be flexible to the job title offered to you and the pay scale. Don't be ashamed to take up a job lower than what you had in your home country. In Canada, the competition is really fierce, and you shouldn't be too picky about getting a particular job title. Instead, you should focus on building your connections and taking up the positions that are available in order to build up your Canadian experience, which is the most important thing. As you all know, COVID-19 has affected the job market in Canada, and there's been a lot of downsizing happening. So being fussy about your job title or pay scale should be the least of your concerns right now. Building up your LinkedIn profile has to be your number one priority well before even coming to Canada, right from your first job. I say this because LinkedIn is the best professional networking portal right now, and if you know how to utilize and capitalize on it, LinkedIn can land you your dream job much before other portals like JobBank, Monster, Indeed, and the likes of it. Do remember to keep your profile professional on your LinkedIn page. This goes for your display picture, your professional qualifications, education, and work experience details as well. There's also an option called Open to Opportunities on LinkedIn, where you can let potential recruiters know that you're open for job opportunities, and another further advantage is that you can filter out your existing company from seeing this, so your boss or manager or immediate supervisor won't know that you're actually looking out for another job. There's an option which enables you to hide this from your current company and any other companies that you prefer. To increase your chances of your profile showing up in search results of recruiters, make sure that your job title, for example, product manager, project manager, sales director, business analyst, etc., is present in your LinkedIn headline. So your title should be like, worked at so-and-so company for X number of years as a business analyst. This is because recruiters type in the job title in LinkedIn search engine to search for specific profiles as and when there are vacancies for those positions. So if you don't have your job title in your headline, your profile might not show up when recruiters search for potential applicants for vacant job positions. Your LinkedIn profile should show detailed, comprehensive work experience for all your jobs. The first thing that recruiters do is open your profile and look at your previous and current work experience. If your work experience just shows the title and number of years worked, then you'll definitely get ignored. You should instead list all the projects that you worked on along with a detailed explanation of what skills and responsibilities you have with your job positions that you've had before. Another important thing is to get positive recommendations from your previous employers. Let's say that you worked with a specific manager or a director on a particular project together and they've really liked your work. It'll be really helpful if you can get that person to write your recommendation on LinkedIn, specifying exactly what they liked about you handling that particular project and sort of highlight a few skills of yours that were particularly useful for that project. This makes your recommendations look really genuine and organic, and recruiters are always looking out for such organic recommendations. These recommendations help increase the credibility of your profile. A helpful tip I can give you here is to opt for a LinkedIn Premium plan that adds a lot of value to your profile. The first month is completely free, and after that it's around $30 per month. Although you'll have to pay after the first month, LinkedIn Premium is really worth the extra money as it offers valuable additional features like in-mail messages, advanced search options, and additional results in job search queries. For example, many users, especially at the executive level, maintain privacy settings that restrict users from connecting with them as they receive thousands of LinkedIn connection requests each day. At such times, premium features like in-mail messages help facilitate connections with such people and will help you build organic networking from your profile. Moreover, recruiters are more likely to respond to a LinkedIn in-mail message rather than a traditional email. Apart from this, you'll get access to a lot of hidden insights about companies, job roles, salary packages, and a lot of other relevant information. The main thing to remember is please do not treat your LinkedIn profile like your other social media profiles like Facebook or Instagram, and to strictly keep it professional. The next big thing to prepare is your resume. HR recruiters or hiring managers get thousands of resumes every single day, and it's absolutely impossible to go through each and every one in a single day. For their convenience, a system called ATS, which is an applicant tracking system, is used. When you apply for a job online, your resume isn't typically going directly to a recruiter or hiring manager. It's first being processed by an ATS. ATS is a software that keeps all received resumes in one place, helping recruiters and hiring managers to stay organized as well as saving their time by automatically surfacing and highlighting top candidates that match the open job positions the most. Even job sites like Indeed and LinkedIn have their own built-in ATS. It's very important that your resume has to be in the Canadian resume format, and it should also be an ATS-friendly resume. Now, the way you can do this is you can upload your resume and job description on websites like SkillSyncer, jobscan.co, etc., which will compare all the keywords mentioned in the job description with the keywords mentioned in your resume, and it will tell you if your resume is ATS friendly or not. Also, remember to tailor your resume for each job that you're applying to. Many a times what people do is they just make one single format of their resume and they use this format for every job that they apply for. Even I myself have done this, and this does not work in Canada. You have to make sure that your resume is drafted according to the job description that you're applying for. For example, if there's a social media manager vacancy and you have experience in digital marketing in all forms like social media, SEO, e-commerce, etc., then in that case, you should highlight all your social media tasks and projects that you've completed and keep your SEO and e-commerce experience as supplementary roles. The same goes for job vacancies in SEO and e-commerce as well. Remember to highlight your work experience based on the job description of the position that you're applying for. An important tip I can give you here is to have 3 to 4 resumes ready that are relevant to your field of work. In this way, if you're offered another job role, for example, if you're applying for a project manager's role but the HR or recruiter tells you that there's only a vacancy for a project coordinator and you really need to take the job instead of sitting at home doing nothing, you have to be flexible and have the project coordinator specific resume ready, because if you take an hour or so to edit your resume at that time, And if someone else applies within 30 minutes, you'll most definitely lose that position because you didn't have the draft ready. A recruiter will not wait for you for so long to send over a job specific resume. Now we come to the format of your resume. Remember to keep your resume very simple, plain, and readable. There's absolutely no need for fancy formatting, infographics, and PDF displays. The ATS softwares won't be able to read them anyway, and your resume will be discarded right away. A more traditional resume format is generally widely accepted in Canada. Also, there's no need to add a profile picture to your resume. Try to keep your resume short for a maximum of 2 to 3 pages, but not too short that you can't mention all your projects in detail. And you have to also fit all the job relevant keywords in your resume as well, so that the ATS systems pick up your profile because of these keywords. Remember to keep it as detailed as possible for the benefit of the hiring manager or executive as well as the ATS systems. I would strongly recommend using MS Word formats instead of PDF formats because different companies use different ATS systems and most of them are not PDF friendly. Also remember to sync the job profile you mention on your resume with your LinkedIn profile. This is because hiring managers often cross-check your information and project contributions that are mentioned on your LinkedIn profile, and if they find many differences from your resume and your LinkedIn profile, they might not consider you. Do not apply for multiple job profiles within the same company. Along with rejections from ATS systems, if the HR manager gets your resume for multiple job applications that are not related to each other, it just shows them that you're desperately looking out for any job role and that you're not focused on the particular vacant position available. It also shows that you're not actually using your skill set to apply for either of the available jobs. If two jobs have similar roles and responsibilities, then you can definitely apply for both positions, but not otherwise. Remember to build up your skills right from when you're in your home country. Don't wait to come to Canada to learn new skills and certifications. You should do a fair bit of research about the software and technologies used in Canada for your particular job roles and take the effort of familiarizing yourself with those skills from your home country itself so you don't waste any time after you land in Canada. It's really important to upskill yourself every year, and although these certifications may not be necessary in all your job roles, they'll definitely show the hiring managers that you're willing to go the extra mile and you're a hard worker who will be worth giving a shot. Now let's say you're shortlisted for the job and you manage to bag an interview. Since most offices and businesses are working from home nowadays because of COVID-19, it's most likely that you will be having an online interview rather than an in-person interview. So it's very important that you're comfortable in front of a camera and you have a good dependable laptop or a computer and internet connection for your interview. You should also have a good microphone so that you're audible and the interviewer is able to hear and understand you clearly. Speaking of audio, you need to make sure that you're in a quiet room with minimal road noise and other disturbances. You can always have a test call or even a mock interview with your family members or friends to just test the audio quality of your microphone and the video quality of your webcam or phone camera. Some of these online interviews can go on for an hour to an hour and a half, so make sure that you keep yourself free and mentally and physically prepared for the duration of your online interview. Another thing that you'll need to do is to do your homework about the company and thoroughly read about the job position and job description that you're being interviewed for. I'm asking you to do this because most of your interview questions will be based on the job description, so you'll really need to know your way around it and whatever you'll be responsible for if you're hired for the job. If you happen to have a connection on LinkedIn or through any other way with anyone who's currently working for the company that you're interviewing for, you can always message them and ask them to share insights on the company and the roles available, what they'll look for in an employee, what kind of soft skills they're looking for, what tools, technologies or software they're comfortable using, and similar inside information on the company. This will give you an upper hand and a lot of confidence for your interview. At the end of your interview, an interviewer will always ask you if you have any questions for them. I cannot stress enough on this point. Always have a few questions prepared about the job. Otherwise, it gives the impression that you're not really enthusiastic or interested in the job that's being offered to you. Even if it's just one single question, but make sure that you have a question for them at the end. You can ask anything about your job role, the company, who you'll be interacting with, who you'll be reporting to, the policies of the company, the technology or interfaces that they use, what projects they're working on at the moment, anything. Now we come to the burning question, which is, can you actually get a job in Canada from your home country? The answer is yes, you definitely can. Along with building your connections and networking that I mentioned earlier in the video, you can also use a number of online portals to help you search for a job in Canada. Your best way of getting a job in Canada continues to remain an intercompany transfer, which means your existing company offering you a position in their branch in Canada if they have one. If you do this, you won't even have to maintain the proof of funds amount necessary for express entry, as you'll be able to sustain yourself and family as you'll already have a job offer anyway. The next most proven method is through online portals like JobBank, Indeed, Monster, and the most important and proven online platform, LinkedIn. You'll find a number of job vacancies on all these websites, and LinkedIn Premium, like I said earlier, would be an added advantage, giving you premium search filters and access to much more job opportunities and profiles. Be sure not to fall prey to online job scammers and agents who ask you any money before offering you a job. Always remember, a job offer sounding too good to be true is always going to be a scam, so make sure you don't waste any of your money on agents or consultants who promise you job offers for a fee. Last but not the least, always keep in touch with the HR manager or recruiter who has facilitated your interview process, even if you don't get the job. You can always get a call back for a job that wasn't open at the time of your interview, and good networking skills go a long way in getting you that second call for another interview. So that's the importance of keeping in touch and having some good old organic networking with recruiters or hiring managers. Alright guys, those were all the tips that you can use to get a job in Canada. If you liked the video, do remember to like it and do subscribe to stay updated with Canadian immigration processes. I wish you guys the best of luck for your application, and I hope you guys have a great day.